After I had kids, my hair really changed texture. It got really smooth and flat in the front and really curly and frizzy in the back. Being a realtor in Florida, the humidity's killing me, and I need something a lot easier. Please, Nikki, straighten me out.
All right, guys, we are here with our beautiful model, Rebecca, and our stylist, Nikki. Nikki, tell us a little bit about what you're doing right now.
So Rebecca's going to have a smoothing treatment in the afternoon. And usually smoothing treatments really bring out the color because it adds lots of shine to the hair. So I want to make sure we add in some nice energy in Rebecca's hair so it really pops and acts like an accessory for her when her hair is nice and smooth.
Awesome. Now, what is this technique you're doing right now?
I'm using a technique called balayage where we hand paint the highlights. It's a French term for sweeping. And when I'm applying the product, what I'm doing is sweeping away from the head, and that's where the term comes from. So it leaves a very soft grow out from the scalp, just like the sun would do to the hair, but more energy towards the ends.
Awesome. All right, guys, make sure you check back shortly. We'll be doing updates the entire process, and make sure you check back for the final product. Guys, we're back with our beautiful model, Rebecca, and our stylist, Nikki. Nikki, tell us a little bit about what we're doing now.
So we finished our balayage, and I'm going through with the keratin complex smoothing treatment and being very meticulous with the application. And we're going to finish up and let that process for 20 minutes and then begin smoothing it into her hair.
So you're kind of applying that, like you're almost painting it in
Yes.
small sections, right?
Very small sections. We want to make sure we saturate well. We don't want to oversaturate. We don't want to undersaturate. These are all the things that end up giving someone a great experience with a keratin or a horrible experience with a keratin. The saturation is key, and the heat on your flat iron as well.
Awesome. Perfect. So how do we finish this when it's all done?
Right after I finish applying this, I'm going to blow dry her hair. Go in the same way I'm applying the solution right now, very meticulous with the flat iron, smoothing each individual section, about 10 passes with a flat iron, and then she should be all smooth and ready to go.
Perfect.
Frizz
All right,
free.
guys, go ahead and make sure you check back at the end of our segment here, and we'll show you a finished product of what a wonderful keratin looks like. Alright guys, we're back with our beautiful model Rebecca and our stylist Nikki. We are in the second portion of our keratin experience today. Nikki, tell us a little bit about what you're doing.
So I'm starting in the back where I previously started with the solution, and I'm going through in nice small sections just like we applied the product. And I like to take it on a slight angle just so I could really get the flat iron as close to the head as possible so I could smooth as much of that hair that's closest to the scalp. And I'm using my flat iron to go in at 450 degrees, and I'm doing about 10 passes per section.
Now, how long does a keratin generally last for?
It can last anywhere from 3 to 5 months depending on your lifestyle. So if Rebecca was a swimmer, loved our beaches, and in the salt water constantly, it would probably last her closer to 2 months because of the salt water breaking down your keratin. But if she avoided the salt water, shampooed every other day, proper shampoo, sulfate free, then she would get closer to 4 months out of her keratin.
Awesome. Alright guys, we're going to be finishing up this keratin, so you got to check back for the finished result with our model, Rebecca.